Hello everyone. Today we are solving problems on hyperbolic functions and inverse hyperbolic functions. This is sum number 5. Solve the equation 7 times hyperbolic cos x plus 8 times hyperbolic sin x is equal to 1 for real values of x. We have to consider here only real values of x. So to solve this sum, 7 times hyperbolic cos x plus 8 times hyperbolic sin x is equal to 1. Take this one on left hand side. Minus 1 is equal to 0. Then 7 times hyperbolic cos x in its exponential form can be written as e to the power x plus e to the power minus x divided by 2 plus 8 times hyperbolic sin x can be written as e to the power x minus e to the power minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. But e to the power minus x can be written as e to the power minus x is equal to 1 upon e to the power x. Hence this is equal to e to the power x plus 1 upon divided by 2 plus 8 times e to the power x minus 1 upon e to the power x divided by 2. Minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. Now taking cross multiplication, e to the power x into e to the power x, that is e to the power x its square. So 7 times e to the power x its square can be written as e to the power 2x, power of power, that is multiplication of powers, plus 1 divided by 2 times e to the power x plus 8 into this, also we can write e to the power 2x minus 1 divided by twice e to the power x minus 1 is equal to 0. Hence 7 times e to the power 2x plus 7 plus 8 times e to the power 2x minus 8 minus 2 times e to the power x is equal to 0. 7 times e to the power 2x plus 8 times e to the power 2x, that is what? 15 times e to the power 2x. Then plus 7 minus 8, that is minus 1, minus 2 times e to the power x minus 1 is equal to 0. Hence 15 times e to the power 2x, e to the power 2x minus 5 times e to the power x plus 3 times e to the power x minus 1 is equal to 0. Hence 5 times e to the power x is taken common. Into bracket remains 3 e to the power x minus 1 plus 1 is taken common from here, and then 3 into e to the power x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now this bracket is taken common from these two terms. Hence 3 times e to the power x minus 1 into 5 times e to the power x plus 1 is equal to 0. So 3 times e to the power x minus 1 is equal to 0, and 5 times e to the power x plus 1 is equal to 0. Hence 3 times e to the power x is equal to 1. Hence e to the power x is equal to 1 upon 3. 5 times e to the power x is equal to minus 1, and e to the power x is equal to minus 1 upon 5. Then taking log on both sides. Log on both sides. Hence log of e to the power x is equal to log of 1 upon 3. And here log of e to the power x is equal to log of minus 1 upon 5. Now log of e to the power x, by using the property of logarithm, x is equal to logarithm of 1 upon 3. This is equal to minus log 3. So value of x is from this minus log 3, and from here x is equal to logarithm of minus of 1 upon 5. But x takes real values, so you can consider this is value of x. Let us solve sum number 6. Show that tan inverse x plus iy divided by x minus iy is equal to pi by 4 plus I into logarithm of x plus y divided by x minus y. Let tan inverse x plus iy divided by x minus iy is equal to a plus ib. That is conjugate on both sides. Can be written as tan inverse x minus iy divided by x plus iy, and this is equal to a minus ib. Okay, this gives tan of a plus ib is equal to x plus iy divided by x minus iy, and this gives tan of a minus ib is equal to x minus iy divided by x plus iy. Now tan of a plus ib plus a minus ib, this is equal to tan of a plus ib plus tan of a minus ib divided by 1 minus tan of a plus ib into tan of a minus ib. But a plus ib plus a minus ib, that is equal to 2a. Hence left hand side becomes tan 2a, and now on right hand side x plus iy divided by x minus iy plus x minus iy divided by x plus iy, and whole divided by 1 minus x plus iy divided by x minus iy into x minus iy divided by x plus iy, and this is equal to, because x minus iy gets cancelled, x plus iy gets cancelled, 1 minus 1 0, denominator becomes 0, so this is equal to infinite. Hence we can write tan 2a is equal to infinite, and this implies 2a is equal to tan inverse infinite, and tan inverse infinite is pi by 2. Hence a is equal to pi by 4, real part of tan inverse of x plus iy divided by x minus iy. Let us find its imaginary part. Similar to this, tan of a plus ib minus a minus ib, this is equal to tan of a plus ib minus tan of a minus ib divided by 1 plus tan of a plus ib into tan of a minus ib. Now put tan of a plus ib and tan of a minus ib on right hand side. Left hand side, a plus ib minus a minus minus plus ib, that becomes tan of 2ib, and right hand side x plus iy divided by x minus iy minus x minus iy divided by x plus iy, and whole divided by 1 plus x plus iy divided by x minus iy into x minus iy divided by x plus iy. X minus iy gets cancelled, x plus iy also gets cancelled, so 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. Denominator becomes 2, and now simplification of numerator, that will be x plus iy square of this minus x minus iy square of this divided by x minus iy into x plus iy, that is equal to x square plus y square, and whole divided by 1 plus 1. Okay, now expand this, and after expansion this is equal to, we can write 2ixy divided by x square plus y square. Okay, 2ixy divided by x square plus y square. Now tan of 2i beta, that is equal to I into hyperbolic tan b. Okay, now I gets cancelled, hyperbolic tan 2b, hence hyperbolic tan 2b is equal to 2 times xy divided by x square plus y square. Now 2b is equal to, taking hyperbolic tan on this side, hyperbolic tan inverse 2xy divided by x square plus y square. But you know, hyperbolic tan inverse, formula, hyperbolic tan inverse x is equal to 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. You know this formula. So this can be written as 2b is equal to 1 by 2 logarithm of 1 plus 2xy divided by x square plus y square divided by 1 minus 2xy divided by x square plus y square. Okay, simplify this, then this is equal to 1 by 2 logarithm of, this can be written as x square plus 2xy plus y square divided by x square minus 2xy plus y square, bracket close, and then which is equal to 1 by 2 logarithm of, numerator is x plus y square of this divided by x minus y square of this, and this is equal to 1 by 2 logarithm of x plus y divided by x minus y its square. Now this power becomes multiplier of log, so 2 gets cancelled, which is equal to logarithm of x plus y divided by x minus y. Hence b is equal to 1 by 2 logarithm of x plus y divided by x minus y, which is imaginary part of tan inverse of x plus iy divided by x minus iy. Hence the proof. Let us solve sum number 7. Show that tan inverse I into x minus a divided by x plus a is equal to I into half of logarithm of x upon a. We have to prove this. Let LHS is equal to tan inverse I into x minus a divided by x plus a. We know tan inverse Ix is equal to I into hyperbolic tan inverse x. Okay, so this is equal to, we can write I into hyperbolic tan inverse x minus a divided by x plus a. Now we know this formula, hyperbolic tan inverse x is equal to 1 upon 2 logarithm of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. Using this formula, LHS is equal to I into 1 by 2 logarithm of 1 plus this bracket x minus a divided by x plus a whole divided by 1 minus x minus a divided by x plus a, bracket close. Now this is equal to I into 1 by 2 logarithm of, simplify this. In numerator x plus a is LCM, we can write numerator like this, x plus a plus x minus a divided by x plus a and whole divided by x plus a minus x plus a divided by x plus a, and this is equal to I into 1 by 2 logarithm of, now x plus a cancels with this x plus a, in numerator a gets cancelled, x plus x 2x divided by, now here xx gets cancelled, a plus a 2a, and this is equal to I by 2, 2 gets cancelled, logarithm of x upon a, and which is equal to RHS, the right hand side of given statement. Hence the proof. Thank you. Let us solve example number 8. Find the value of hyperbolic tan of log x if x is equal to root 3. Let us find this value, hyperbolic tan of log x. But here x is root 3. So this is equal to hyperbolic tan of log of root 3. But you know, hyperbolic tan x is equal to, this is equal to e to the power x minus e to the power minus x divided by e to the power x plus e to the power minus x. So this can be written as e to the power log of root 3 minus e to the power minus log of root 3 divided by e to the power log of root 3 plus e to the power minus log of root 3. But you know, e to the power minus log root 3 can be written as e to the power log of 1 upon root 3. This is equal to e to the power log of root 3 means root 3 minus, this can be written as, which is equal to 1 upon root 3. 1 upon root 3 divided by root 3 plus 1 upon root 3. After simplification, root 3 into root 3, 3 minus 1 divided by root 3 and whole divided by 3 plus 1 divided by root 3. Now this root 3 and this root 3 gets cancelled and this is equal to 3 minus 1 divided by 3 plus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2 and 3 plus 1 is 4. So this is equal to 1 upon 2. Hence this is value of hyperbolic tan of log x at x is equal to root 3. Let us solve sum number 9. If tan of x by 2 is equal to hyperbolic tan of u upon 2, then show that u is equal to logarithm of tan of pi by 4 plus x upon 2. To prove this, tan of x upon 2 is equal to hyperbolic tan of u upon 2. This is given. Now take this hyperbolic tan on this side, then we can write u upon 2 is equal to hyperbolic tan inverse tan of x upon 2. But you know, hyperbolic tan inverse x is equal to 1 upon 2 logarithm of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. Use this formula, then right hand side becomes 1 upon 2 logarithm of 1 plus tan x upon 2 divided by 1 minus tan x upon 2. And this 1 plus tan x upon 2 divided by 1 minus tan x upon 2, this is nothing but tan of pi by 4 plus x upon 2. Since you know tan of pi by 4 plus x upon 2, how we can write this? Pi by 4 plus x upon 2. Using the formula tan of a plus b. Tan pi by 4 plus tan x upon 2 divided by 1 minus tan pi by 4 into tan x upon 2. But you know, tan pi by 4 is 1. So this can be written as 1 plus tan x upon 2 divided by 1 minus tan pi by 4 is 1. So 1 into tan x upon 2, that is tan x upon 2. That's why half logarithm of tan of pi by 4 plus x upon 2. Now u upon 2 is this. This 2 cancels with this 2. Then u is equal to logarithm of tan of pi by 4 plus x upon 2, which is statement which we have to prove. Let us solve sum number 10. Show that hyperbolic sec inverse sin theta is equal to logarithm of cot of theta upon 2. Let hyperbolic sec inverse sin theta is equal to y, suppose. Then sin theta is equal to hyperbolic sec y. 1 upon sin theta is equal to 1 upon hyperbolic sec y. Now 1 upon sin theta, that is nothing but cosec theta, is equal to 1 upon hyperbolic sec y, that is equal to hyperbolic cos y. Hence y is equal to, taking hyperbolic cos on this side, that is hyperbolic cos inverse cosec theta. But you know, hyperbolic cos inverse t is equal to logarithm of t plus square root of t square minus 1. You know this formula, logarithm of t plus square root of t square minus 1. Hence applying this formula, this can be written as logarithm of t is nothing but cosec theta. Cosec theta minus square root of t square means cosec square theta minus 1. Here plus sign. Now cosec square theta minus 1, that is equal to cot theta. So this is equal to logarithm of cosec theta plus cosec square theta minus 1 cot square theta, its square root, that is cot theta. Now this is equal to logarithm of cosec theta is 1 upon sin theta and cot theta is cos theta upon sin theta, and again this can be written as logarithm of 1 plus cos theta divided by sin theta. Again using trigonometrical formulae, 1 plus cos theta, this can be written as 2 cos square theta upon 2, and sin theta can be written as 2 sin theta upon 2 into cos theta upon 2. Then logarithm of 2 cos square theta upon 2 divided by 2 times sin theta upon 2 into cos theta upon 2. And this is equal to logarithm of 2 gets cancelled, square cancels with this cos theta upon 2 and remains only cos theta upon 2 divided by sin theta upon 2. But cos theta upon 2 divided by sin theta upon 2 is equal to cot theta upon 2. Hence logarithm of cot of theta upon 2. This is RHS. Let us solve sum number 11. Prove that hyperbolic tan inverse sin theta is equal to hyperbolic cos inverse sec theta. So let us take LHS first. LHS is equal to hyperbolic tan inverse sin theta, and this is equal to hyperbolic tan inverse x. Applying this formula is equal to 1 upon 2 logarithm of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. Apply this formula. So this can be written as 1 upon 2 logarithm of 1 plus sin theta divided by 1 minus sin theta. 1 plus sin theta can be written as cos theta upon 2 plus sin theta upon 2 square of this. Similarly, 1 minus sin theta can be written as cos theta upon 2 minus sin theta upon 2 square of this, and 1 plus sin theta divided by 1 minus sin theta can be written as cos theta upon 2 plus sin theta upon 2 square of this divided by cos theta upon 2 minus sin theta upon 2 square of this. Okay, now put this here, that is nothing but cos theta upon 2 plus sin theta upon 2 divided by cos theta upon 2 minus sin theta upon 2 whole square. And if we divide numerator by cos theta upon 2 and denominator by cos theta upon 2, this can be written as 1 plus tan theta upon 2 divided by 1 minus tan theta upon 2 its square. But 1 plus tan theta upon 2 divided by 1 minus tan theta upon 2, that is nothing but tan of pi by 4 plus theta upon 2 and its square. Put this here. So this is equal to 1 by 2 logarithm of this one, tan of pi by 4 plus theta upon 2 its square. This power becomes multiplier. So these two cancels with these two, remains only logarithm of tan of pi by 4 plus theta upon. This is LHS. We can consider this as result number 1. Now take RHS. RHS is equal to hyperbolic cos inverse sec theta. Now hyperbolic cos inverse x. This formula is, hyperbolic cos inverse x is equal to logarithm of x plus square root of x square minus 1. Okay, apply this formula here. So logarithm of x is nothing but sec theta here. Sec theta plus square root of sec square theta minus 1. But sec square theta minus 1 is tan square theta and its square root is tan theta. This becomes sec theta plus tan theta. Now sec theta is equal to 1 upon cos theta and tan theta is equal to sin theta upon cos theta. and this is equal to logarithm of 1 plus sine theta divided by cos theta. And now 1 plus sine theta divided by cos theta can be written as, 1 plus sine theta is equal to cos theta upon 2 plus sine theta upon 2 square of this, and cos theta can be written as cos square theta upon 2 minus sine square theta upon 2, and this can be written as applying formula a square minus b square is equal to a minus b into a plus b. So this can be written as cos of theta upon 2 minus sine of theta upon 2 into cos of theta upon 2 plus sine of theta upon 2. Now 1 plus sine theta divided by cos theta. That means this bracket square divided by this one. Square cancels with this, remains cos theta upon 2 plus sine theta upon 2 divided by cos theta upon 2 minus sine theta upon 2. Now here also divide numerator and denominator by cos theta upon 2. That becomes 1 plus tan theta upon 2 divided by 1 minus tan theta upon 2. And this is nothing but, this is equal to tangent ratio of pi by 4 plus theta upon 2. You can put here, hence this is equal to logarithm of tangent ratio of pi by 4 plus theta upon 2. This is RHS. Now you can consider, this is equation number 2. From equation 1 and equation 2. Equation 1, LHS is equal to logarithm of tangent of pi by 4 plus theta upon 2. And what is equation 2? RHS is equal to logarithm of tangent of pi by 4 plus theta upon 2. From 1 and 2, LHS is equal to RHS. Hence the proof of given statement. Let us solve sum number 12. Separate into real and imaginary parts cos inverse of 3i divided by 4. Let cos inverse 3i divided by 4 is equal to x plus iy, suppose. Then 3i divided by 4 is equal to cos of x plus iy. Left hand side is purely imaginary number, so real part we are assuming 0 plus I into 3 upon 4 is equal to cos of x plus iy, its expansion, cos x into cos of iy minus sin x into sin of iy. But cos ix is equal to hyperbolic cos x and sin ix is equal to I into hyperbolic sin x. So this can be written as cos x into hyperbolic cos y minus I into sin x into hyperbolic sin y. Left hand side, its real part is 0 and right hand side real part is cos x into hyperbolic cos y. Left hand side is complex number, right hand side is complex number, and two complex numbers are said to be equal if their real parts are equal and their imaginary parts are equal. Hence, considering real parts, cos x into hyperbolic cos y is equal to 0, and considering imaginary parts on both sides, sin x into hyperbolic sin y is equal to, this is minus and this is plus, so minus 3 upon 4. Now hyperbolic cos y is never 0, so we can write cos x is equal to 0 upon hyperbolic cos y, and this is equal to 0. Cos x is 0, hence x is equal to cos inverse 0. And cos inverse 0 is what? Pi by 2. X is equal to real part of cos inverse 3i by 4. This is pi by 2. Okay, x is equal to pi by 2. Hence we can say real part of cos inverse 3i by 4, this is equal to pi by 2. X is equal to pi by 2, we can put here, hence sin pi by 2 into hyperbolic sin y is equal to minus 3 upon 4. Sin pi by 2 is 1. 1 into hyperbolic sin y is equal to minus 3 upon 4. We have to find out y. Y is imaginary part of cos inverse of 3 upon 4. So y is equal to hyperbolic sin inverse minus of 3 upon 4. And you know, hyperbolic sin inverse x, its formula is logarithm of x plus square root of x square minus 1. Applying this formula here, this can be written as logarithm of x is minus 3 upon 4 here, minus 3 upon 4 plus square root of minus 3 upon 4 its square plus 1. Sorry, here plus 1, not minus 1, plus 1. Okay. So this is equal to logarithm of into bracket minus 3 upon 4 plus square root of 9 upon 16 plus 1. This is equal to logarithm of minus 3 upon 4 plus square root of 25 upon 16. And this is equal to logarithm of minus 3 upon 4 plus 5 upon 4, which is equal to logarithm of minus 3 plus 5, 2 upon 4, and which is equal to logarithm of half, logarithm of 1 upon 2. This is y, and y is nothing but imaginary part of cos inverse 3i divided by 4, imaginary part of this number, complex number. In this way, we have solved this sum. Real part, this is the real part, and this is imaginary part of given complex number. Thank you all, thank you very much. If there is any correction required in solution, then please make the correction and put it in comment box. Okay, thank you.